Pokemon is the most successful media franchise in the world, spanning across various mediums, including a trading card game, animated series, the endless supply of merchandise, and of course, the video game series where it all began. Now, at a first glance, it is easy to assume that Pokemon is just a fun children's game dedicated to collecting all the little monsters. However, if you look beyond the surface level, people have been playing the video game competitively for decades now, and it is much more complex and filled with strategy than you would expect. Imagine you're playing chess, but there are 1,000 unique pieces, and each piece has hundreds of possible maneuvers. It's kind of what it's like to play competitive Pokemon. Now, if this seems like it could be overwhelming and confusing for you, don't worry. You're in the right place. If you've never played Pokemon and your only familiarity with the series is through your children, this is the video for you. If you've always wanted to explain the game to your grandparents, you're in the right place. I will be your Pokemon professor, thinking Charizard. I have secured knowledge from playing the game competitively for over a decade. If you take this crash course, you can go from your understanding of the game being like a foreign language to becoming fluent in competitive Pokemon. This is Competitive Pokémon for Dummies. In the main Pokemon video games, the player catches, trains, and battles with their Pokemon to become the champions of the game's region. Competitive Pokemon is essentially the same battles in these core games, but played against real people. It is played either in the latest main series games, or often in online, unofficial battle simulators, such as Pokemon Showdown. This one is free, so I would recommend learning the game there. In a Pokemon battle, the objective is to win by causing all of the opponent's Pokemon to faint. There are various competitive rule sets for battling, but the most popular formats are 6v6 singles, where trainers use 6 Pokemon, and the VGC format, where trainers form teams of 6 Pokemon, bring just 4 of them to the battle, with 2 on the field simultaneously. This is known as double battles. As mentioned before, in most competitive Pokemon formats, teams consist of 6 Pokemon. Now, I'll break this down into the simplest terms. When choosing an individual Pokemon for your competitive team, there are 2 types of factors that you must consider. The terms I've coined for this are predetermined factors and controllable factors. Predetermined factors are programmed into the game for each Pokemon, meaning that they are out of your control. On the other hand, controllable factors are certain traits that each Pokemon has that can be influenced by each player based on their preferences. The Pokemon's typing, move pool, and base stats are the predetermined factors. The Pokemon's moveset, effort values, individual values, nature, and item are the controllable factors. Abilities fall somewhere in between in terms of how much influence a player can have. Now let's define each of these factors while using one Pokemon as an example. You might have heard of this one. It's called Charizard. There are 18 types that a Pokemon can potentially have. These are all of them. Each Pokemon is assigned up to 2 types. This is fixed, meaning it can only be changed under specific circumstances, which I will elaborate on later. The effect of types in battles becomes apparent through weaknesses, resistances, and immunities. To put it simply, these are all just multipliers for damage taken or done based on the interaction between 2 types. There is an elaborate formula for calculating the damage in Pokemon battles, but it is not necessary to know every part of it off the top of your head. However, it is crucial to understand that typing is one aspect that is taken into account. Having a weakness to a certain type means that a 2 times multiplier is applied to the damage calculation for that Pokemon. This is also referred to as super effective damage. Resistances refer to a 0.5 times multiplier, and immunities are a 0 times multiplier. These multipliers can stack as well if a Pokemon has 2 types. This means damage can have a 4 times multiplier or 0.25 times multiplier as well. Of course, an immunity overrides anything else, as it is a 0 times multiplier. There is a tool to help you understand this known as the type chart, which is a table that shows the interactions between all 18 types. Now commit it to memory. Just kidding. Going to our example, let's look at Charizard, which has both the fire and flying types. Here is its type chart. Let's start with its weaknesses. Charizard will take 2 times damage from water and electric type moves due to its fire and flying types. It will also take 4 times damage from rock type moves, as that is a common weakness for both of its types. Moving on to its resistances, Charizard has 6. It will have a 0.5 times multiplier on fire, steel, and fairy moves due to its fire type. It will also have this multiplier on fighting type moves due to its flying type. Bug and grass type moves will have a 0.25 times multiplier, as they are common resistances for fire and flying. As for immunities, Charizard has 1, which is the ground type, meaning it will take 0 damage from ground type moves. This is an interesting example, as the fire type by itself is weak to the ground type, but when paired with flying, it turns into an immunity. Charizard takes neutral damage from the remainder of the types, which simply means the multiplier is just 1 times. All but one of these is just the normal interaction between these types. The outlier is ice, which becomes neutral, as the 2 times multiplier against flying and 0.5 times multiplier against fire cancel each other out. Unless you have a photographic memory, learning the interactions between the 18 types will not likely come easily to you. This is okay, as it is a lot of information to take in at first. It will come to you more easily over time as you gain experience. Still, type matchups will be crucial information to learn, as it should be something that influences your decisions during battles. Also, there's nothing stopping you from using the trusty type chart while you battle at first.